Earlier this week, we introduced you to the Bolzans, a family from New Jersey now living in York County so their teenage son Alex could receive better medical care.
You see, Alex lives with autism as well as several other conditions, and the Bolzans say CYS is investigating them for potential medical neglect. The Bolzans say they've done nothing wrong. Here's Brian Sheehan with part 2 of their story.
Connie and Ray Bolzan have been under investigation by York County Children and Youth since earlier this year. Their 16-year-old son Alex has several medical conditions, including autism. In our first story, we told you they rushed Alex to the hospital in February after he suffered a medical emergency. They were unhappy with the diagnosis and wanted to seek a second opinion. That's when they were charged with medical neglect. After hiring a local attorney to represent them at a dependency hearing in April, the Bolzans felt confident their case was going well. But then a major setback.
York County Children and Youth have found that we are child abusers before there's even a final outcome of anything, and they have put us on the Pennsylvania State Registry now.
The Department of Human Services oversees CYS. An agency spokesperson tells Project PA the county CYS administrator and youth solicitor have the power to indicate an individual, or in this case, couple, as suspected child abusers after reviewing the child abuse report. The Bolzans' attorney, Alina Ducharme, says it's a completely separate process than the dependency hearing.
In my mind, if you're not making progress in the dependency area, then you can go around the second strategy and still punish the Bolzans for what you think they should or should not have been doing.
CYS is legally allowed to indicate the Bolzans, or anyone else for that matter, as potential child abusers before the judge makes a ruling on the dependency hearing. And the appeal process can be long and costly.
It seemed retaliatory, and it's frustrating that you think that you can make progress in this system, but it seems as though when you do make progress, there's always kind of a step back.
Ducharme says she told officials CYS made their case for medical neglect and abuse based on partial medical information since the Bolzans only moved to Pennsylvania late last year. Nearly 2 decades of Alex's medical records were back in New Jersey.
If there was abuse in the past, the numerous doctors and the primary care physician who's seen this child from a very young age would have picked up on it.
Connie and Ray say the indicated status is embarrassing and devastating.
Jarring and numbing, and just what part of my world wasn't falling apart, just crushed.
They didn't get their way on the first hearing, and it's a continuance, and now they're going to ante up, make it harder.
While both hearings are still tied up in the legal system, Connie and Ray finally got Alex a second opinion a few weeks ago at Children's Hospital in Philadelphia.
It appears that there's a whole different diagnosis, that there is a different issue, not just the malnutrition and not the low weight gain.
And Alex is improving.
His spirit is his old self. He's much better.
Ray sees the difference in his son over the past few weeks. He can't help but think what would have happened if his wife didn't seek that second opinion.
A mom's instinct is irrefutable. You cannot fight a mother's instinct.
Connie and Ray, they saved their child's life by getting a second opinion.
They're hopeful they'll win their court battles later this summer. What happens after that, though, remains uncertain. But there's one thing Connie knows for sure.
The American people have to learn to get their voice back. And I'm going to take whatever CYS keeps bringing, because I know I've done nothing wrong. And I think it's time some people start pushing back.
This story is far from over. It's unique and very complex, but we've been in contact with the Bolzans throughout much of the process, and we'll keep you posted on their progress. For Project PA, I'm Brian Sheehan.